All right. Oh, we have another friend.
People online right now.
One.
Oh, hi. Who is it?
I can't tell you.
What do you mean?
All right. So, is there anyone here that has not completed the diagnostic yet? Camille, did you complete it? Okay, that's what you're working on right now. Okay. All right. So for everyone else, yeah. All right. So did anyone else in this class not complete the diagnostic?
I finished mine.
Everyone else finish it? Good. Okay, so now we're breaking down to group colors. So I'm starting with first. So blue group, you're doing an iReady lesson. Don't start with the iReady I'm starting with green group. So blue group, don't do this iReady lesson because I didn't teach it to you yet. So you won't be able to do it. So blue group.
Am I blue group?
No. Camille, you're not doing it because you're doing your diagnostic. Joe, you're blue group, so you're doing an iReady lesson from your path. Yes. Okay, so we need a charger.
I got him.
Yes.
I
Okay, you don't need a charger today because you're green group, so you're being taught from me. Yes. Yes. So unless I told you you're blue group, you guys should remember what? All right, so it's Adrian, Eduardo, and Joey. You guys are doing an iReady lesson from your path. Everyone else is focused on me unless you're Camille and you're finishing your diagnostic. Do you need to go in the hallway so you're not, because I'm going to be teaching, so I don't want you to not be completed. Okay? Or if you want, you can take her down to the commons. Yeah, you want to do that? She's going to take you to the commons, okay? So this way you're not interrupted. All right? Try your best to complete it today. Yes.
Am I blue group?
Yes, blue group. So do a lesson from your iReady path. Okay? All right, everyone else. So we are moving on, and we're moving on to learn about averages, modes, range. Are any of these terms familiar to you? You definitely should be familiar with the term average, which we also call the mean. Who can tell me? Yes.
Can I go in the hallway?
You can go in the hallway. Who can tell me what is the average? How do you calculate the average?
The one you see the most. No, that's the
That's the mode.
That's the mode.
Mm-hmm.
The average is the one in between.
That's the median.
What's the last? It's the lowest number, ain't it? The lowest, the smallest number.
Okay, you take the highest and the lowest number to find the range. You've listed them all except for this one. You're doing good. You know them all.
Sorry, elementary school's coming back to me real quick.
Justin, what do you think the average is?
The
So
average.
if you just like gave me the definition of average, what would you say?
Like overall, what's that mean? Like, if you're talking about number-wise, it's like. I don't know how to describe it. It's so hard to describe. No, I know what it means, but it's so hard to describe. Like,
I know. I'm struggling.
It's so hard to describe.
It's the overall number. Like, just add all the numbers together.
And then what do you do?
Subtract it by something.
Not subtract, we divide. So how do you calculate the average of set numbers? You guys are doing great.
I don't know. It's been so long since I did it.
So if you look at this, if I had a set of numbers, so let me get a new marker because those markers are no good anymore.
Yeah, markers. Do orange.
You won't be able to see orange as well. We're down blue. So say I tell you this is my set of numbers.
Do a different blue.
No.
Yes.
Okay.
No.
15, 20, and 25. You write a set, just so you know this is telling you it's a set. Okay, that's letting you know it's a set of numbers. So if you have a set of numbers, how you calculate the average is you would add up all of your numbers, 15 plus 20 plus 25. Okay, I add them up. 5 plus 5 is 10. I carry that 1. 1 plus 1 is 2, 2 plus 2 is 4, 4 plus 2 is 6. So, ready, you guys? So, right now, if I add up all the numbers, it's 60. Then I have 1, 2, 3 numbers. So, I take 60 and I divide it by 3, and that will let me know what the average is. And that equals 20. So, that is the average. Okay?
So I was right. The average is 20.
Yes, the average is 20.
So you lied to me.
No. When you're given the definitions were wrong,
Yeah,
but the average is 20.
Definitions.
Okay.
Right.
So think about what average means. You add up the sum of the terms and you divide by the number of terms. That's what we just did. We added up the sum of the terms and then you divide by the number of the terms. So for this one, I would add up 14 plus 10 plus 18 plus 16 plus 15 plus 11. And then it says you divide by the number of terms. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I would divide by 6 to figure out the average. Okay? So as you can see, I added them up. Okay? And that equaled 84. And then you divide by 6. And that equals 14. When you get the average, it should make sense or you did something wrong. So 14, does 14 for the average make sense? Look back at your data table, okay? So the first number, I'll write the data table up here, is 14, 10, 18, 16, 15, and 11. Okay, so again, the average is you add up all the numbers and then you divide by the number of terms. Okay, so 14 makes sense because it's close to these numbers. If you had something like 200, you did something wrong. Okay, so just think about that.
How would I get 200 out of that?
Exactly. That's the point. You did something wrong. 14 makes sense.
It's not
Look at
even
your
10
numbers.
tens.
Well, someone might multiply.
Oh,
So, like that's what I'm saying. You might use the wrong operation.
That wouldn't even give you 200. Give you like 2,000.
Yes.
Maybe 200,000.
All right. I think yes, you're right on track here.
No.
All right. So estimate the averages. If you're given a graph, I'm just trying to display with this graph what an average actually is. So as you can see, what's going on here is you want to bring them all up to the same level. Okay, that's what you're doing with an average. So you're trying to make them all the same. So if I take away some from here and bring it up to this one to the same level here, and I take away some from here, okay, if I make them all the same level, then you see that's the average, okay? So if every single one is the same, then you know it's the average. So a lot of times, let me put this in perspective of when students ask me, Ms. Fisher, how can you figure out so quickly what do I need to pass for the year, okay? So let's take a look. Say it's first marking period, and you got a 50%,
That's me.
okay?
That was literally me.
Now, okay, all right, Sean. Second marking period. Say you get a 50%. Okay. Third marking period. Say you get a 60%. And then it's fourth marking period, and this happens all the time. Students come to me and say, Miss Fisher, I didn't do so good first and second marking period. It could be in any of their classes. Say it's world cultures, any class. but since I'm a math teacher, they ask me all the time, what do I need to get to pass this class for the school year? It's all about the average, and you can real quickly do it, okay? So I know I need to bring this up to a 60, okay? So I know I need 10 points from there. I know I need to bring this up to a 60, so I need 10 points from there. I know this has to be a 60 to pass, okay? So as you can see, 10 plus 10 is 20. 20 plus 60 is 80. So if I get an 80, the lowest you can get is an 84th marking period to pass for the year. Because if I take away 10, so now watch how I do this. If I subtract 10 and make this a 70, I can add 10 here, and now this is a 60, so you pass in. You're already passed here. So I subtract another 10. Okay, now I'm at a 60 here. That's the lowest I can go. And then I can put a 10 over here. And now I'm passing over here. I have a 60. So you see I have a 60, I have a 60, I have a 60, and I have a 60. You passed. So that's how I figure out very quickly what you need. All right, and that's what this graph is showing you. So this is just more examples of computing the mean. So they're giving you a whole data set of numbers. You add them together, then you count. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 numbers. So they take the total of 108 and divide by 9, and they find the average to be 12. All right, so I want you guys to take your calculators out.
Okay.
You can use your cell phone for now if you
planned on it.
Okay. I want you guys to grab your whiteboards or your notebook. And I'll write this nice and big so you guys can see it better. Okay, so let's read the word problem. It says, students in Miss Fisher's classroom took an exam. Over to this side are the individual student scores. So this would be each student, and this would be their score on the exam. Okay? Mm-hmm. Calculate the average student score on Miss Fisher's exam. Okay? So you're trying to calculate the average score. All right, and hold up your whiteboard to show me what you get.
Oh, we're doing the whiteboard? What the hell?
Or whatever. You can just let me know if you're using your notebook.
Which one are we doing?
I made it big. It's the same one. So just look at this one. Because this is really small.
Oh, shit.
Okay. So that's what we're working on right now. So remember, you have to add them all together and divide by the total numbers. Okay? Mm-hmm. So how about we'll do step one. We'll say step one. Step one. Sum of numbers. Okay.
Yeah, sure.
All right. So show me what you got for the sum of the numbers. Sum of the numbers. No, the sum of the numbers. So sum means you add them all together.
Oh, I did that, but I don't know because I just divided by how many numbers out there, and then I got the answer.
All right. So who got the sum of the numbers so far?
I swear, y'all are not quiet.
I'm not calculating the 82.11111.
So you're moving ahead. Let's try the sum of the numbers first. Yes.
Me?
Yeah. What do you get for a sum?
I got 748.
Perfect. That is correct. So you got 748 is your sum. Okay? All right. Now tell me, what are we dividing by? What are you dividing that by?
10.
What?
9.
9.
Oh, we're so close.
Okay, I'm dividing that by 9 because let's take a look. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay?
And then
Okay. Someone new, tell me, what did you get once you took 748 and divided it by 9? So take 748 and we're dividing it by 9.
Like I said, I got 83.11111.
Okay, so we got 83. So if you have 83.1, we just round. Okay, you got 83 is the average. So the average for the test would be an 83%.
amen.
Okay? Which means most of the kids in the class, if the average is an 83, you guys understood the concept that was taught. Okay? All right, so at this point, I want everyone to open up their computers. Oh, yeah. You,
And this man over here, whatever his name is, has my computer.
does anyone else in this room have a charger?
No, he's using my computer.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Who needs a charger?
Who needs, Justin?
You got charges?
You what? How do you guys come to school on a Monday with a dead computer?
I literally
Yeah.
don't forget.
I literally
Oh, what?
was. I wasn't. able to find
Sorry,
out.
but I'm not brain dead.
I was like, I forgot.
All right, so Justin, there's a charger.
I can hear the charger from Miss
No, you're not walking down to Miss Vargo's room. That's all the way downstairs on the opposite side of the building.
And how is he gonna get a charger?
All right. Anyone else have a charger?
I have.
Thank you, Monica.
What is it?
Yeah. Come on.
I'm going to.
Okay. So now everyone's good, right?
Besides, he has my favorite.
Okay, so we're going to do the first one together. Then I'll move on to the blue group, and you'll get your computer back. Okay? Sound good?
Where do we go?
Okay, so I will show you where to go. So go to the Get Started page. So we're going to remind everyone how to do this. So you go here, orange Get Started. Okay. All right, so we're going to just remind everyone how we do this. It's always at the top, the assignments. Okay, at the top, I will put the assignment, the iReady, that is due by Friday. So every group knows. This is green group, blue group, and yellow group. So even if you can't remember what was up on the board, you will know if you go to my Get Started. Okay? That is the iReady's due for the different group colors. Now again, you go to Get Started, and then you would go to Monday, and you'll see what's due. If it says submit, that means it's due that day, and you need to do it. Okay? So you click on the link. Okay? And when you click on the link, it will take you to the assignment. Everyone should be here now. Okay? Again, these are not quizzes. These are just classwork. So it says find the average of each set of numbers. Listen carefully. You need to estimate to the nearest whole number. If you put a decimal, it will mark it wrong. You need to estimate to the nearest whole number. Yes. Hold on one second. Let's do the first one together, and then you can use the bathroom. So, first one together, it says 11 plus 20 plus 33. Okay. 1 plus 3 is 4. 1 plus 2 is 3. 3 plus 3 is 6. Okay, so now you do 64 divided by 1, 2, 3. Someone tell me what's 64 divided by 3? Go ahead, someone tell me.
I got you. Give me 1 second. $64 divided by 3.
Mm-hmm.
32. It's 32, right?
Well, 3
21.
goes into 6 2 times. Yes.
21. What's
Okay.
9 plus 10? 21.
So you would see it will lead into a decimal. But you again, don't do the decimal. You have to estimate to the nearest whole number. So the answer you would put here is 21. Okay? All right. So green group, that is what you are working on. Then now that I've taught you average, you can move on and spend the last, 10 minutes on doing your iReady that's due Friday, because it's the average iReady. So this is due today. So you do the 5 questions that's due today, and then you can work on the iReady that's due Friday called average. All right, blue book. Eduardo, yes, you can go bathroom. Give him back his computer. And blue book, it is your turn to learn. So that means if you are Joe, Eduardo, Adrian, you are now closing your computer. Right now you will only need